What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back here on Mcubed. Of course, we're going over the Book of Boba Fett, and this will be going over the finale of the series, episode 7. And of course, I am Schmook, and I don't see why not. Let's just get right into this episode. Alright, so episode 7 of the Book of Boba Fett. We see that the Pikes, the war is finally coming down, right? Of course, there's a whole beginning scene of them talking about, okay, we need to go to the cantina, and they find out it was blown up, and then that's when you see Cad Bane show up with a bunch of other mercenaries, be like, listen, we need to make a deal. There's like a little standoff between Boba Fett and him. Cad Bane leaves. They are ambushed at this cantina, right? They can't really get out. It's just Fennec left at this point, I believe, as well as the biker gang and Black Chrysanthemum and the Gamorrean guards to attack these other Pikes, and they all get attacked as well. The Gamorrean guards died during this, which sucks. But anyway, we get back to the cantina, and Boba Fett's like, him and Mando have this awesome exchange. Listen, you can go if you want. He's like, nah, I signed on for this. We'll die in honor. Love their interaction so far together, and they seem like bros, you know? Like, I feel like Boba Fett's definitely gonna help him out when it comes to reclaiming Mandalore. Anyway, so we have the Twilight guy who worked with the mayor, who's helping out Boba Fett now, basically. Well, Boba Fett like writes down like his demands or whatever on this tablet. Twilight goes outside to talk to these Pikes, right? He starts reading off these demands or whatever. He's like, I can't read this, and the Pike's like, read it. It's like, you will get off this planet immediately or something like that, right? You see Boba Fett and Mando both flying out on their jetpacks and start wrecking shit, you know? And it's awesome action in this episode, specifically when it comes to Boba Fett and Mando. Probably Black Chrysanthemum stuff, some good Fennec stuff as well, because you get this awesome set piece of just Boba Fett and Mando just, you know, but then they're also getting overwhelmed. Then they're reinforcements basically for Boba Fett, which is awesome, which helps. And then you see Black Chrysanthemum and the bikers come in as well. Chrysanthemum's getting murked and Boba Fett goes out to help him. Awesome scene. Boba Fett's like, listen, we're being overrun. I'm gonna go grab some help. So Boba Fett flies away back to his palace. So we don't see Boba Fett for a little bit there. We see an X-Wing fly into a most likely drop port or whatever, you know, like a port for your vehicles, right? So we see an X-Wing come in, and that's where we see Grogu. Luke is not with him, but R2 is. R2 flew Grogu to Tatooine. I'm curious why Luke didn't come with, just to make sure Grogu got there, because I think it would have been sick to have Luke there and help. The bikers and Mando and Black Chrysanthemum are like a little bit overwhelmed, but they're able to kind of hold off a little bit. But then big old droids, they're like huge droidicas basically from the prequels with these huge reflector shields, right? They can't pierce it at all, so they're like, okay, we gotta move, because they can't do anything. So we eventually get to the point of the Grogu Mando reunion, and it's so awesome to see, because Grogu just jumps into his arms immediately. Mando, right when he sees Grogu, he puts his gun away, wants to make sure he's okay, but then there's the hug, and I'm just like, this is awesome. Grogu gets a little squeal, like he's so happy. To me, I feel like this should have been like halfway through Mando season 3, in my opinion. But I mean, I'm not gonna doubt Dave Filoni or Jon Favreau, because I think they're awesome filmmakers and writers. Anyway, so we see Mando tries to mess up these droidicas. They're these droids, they're not droidicas, but that's where we see Boba Fett come in with a Rancor, which is cool. And the Rancor starts wrecking these droids, and it's able to disrupt the force field a little bit. That's when you see Mando go into one and use the Darksaber and just slash one, and it's sick. But then the Rancor kind of get a little out of hand, starts attacking like the free folk and the bikers and Black Chrysanthemum. Mando wants to try to calm it down. He kind of gets murked. It's kind of like a King Kong moment. It climbs like a big tower with Mando, tries to bite him, but like the helmet obviously doesn't allow it. Then he throws Mando away, and then the Rancor jumps to the ground, and you just see freaking Grogu, man. Like, it's hilarious to me. Like, he's just waddling like a penguin to this thing, and then he just reaches his hand out, and he's able to calm it down and make it go to sleep. I think it's awesome. It's so cool, so cool. But then we see Boba Fett have like a final showdown with Cad Bane, which is sick. There's like a standoff, blah blah blah. Like, Cad Bane's able to shoot his gun first, then he grabs his bow staff thing and flips Cad Bane before Cad Bane can shoot him in the head, and then like he's able to pierce him, but Cad Bane dies. Kind of iffy on that, but I do think Cad Bane's gonna be in a few episodes of like Andor or something, potentially Obi-Wan, so I'm hoping they do more with him. We got Fennec basically taking out like the head honcho Pikes, as well as the mayor in this little house. Like, it got to that point, I'm like, where the hell is Fennec, you know? And then she just murks all these people. But yeah, that's basically it. At the end of the episode, you know, you see Boba Fett walking through the town, and then everyone's thanking him, like just bowing to basically their leader. You see Mando's flying with Grogu. Grogu's in the little cockpit where like an astromech could be, and Grogu just keeps tapping on this glass with the little ball thing from the Razor Crest, and Mando's like, no. And then Mando's just like, all right. Then he jumps into hyperspeed, and Grogu just loves it. He just falls back, and he just does a little squeal. Like, I love Grogu. I think Grogu's possibly like the cutest thing that ever exists. I think it's insane how cute he is. I love Grogu so much. He's becoming one of my favorite favorite Star Wars characters. Same with Mando. I think they're a good package. There is this after credits scene I should also mention, is that we basically just find out Cobb Vanth's alive and we see Thundercat return. He's definitely attaching some sort of mechanical stuff into his arm. I really like this episode. I think it's my second favorite episode of the season for sure, but I think 3 is the one that's like way on the bottom, and we're like everything else is like boom 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 boom. I really enjoyed the show overall. I look forward to see Boba Fett again in the near future. I don't know if they'll do another show for the Book of Boba Fett, but yeah, that's really it, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe down below. Make sure to leave some comments as well. What are your thoughts on the Book of Boba Fett as a whole, and did you enjoy this episode and the series as well? We should be having a long Star Wars podcast type style thing between me and Brad talking about the current state of Disney. We're gonna have the Batman review, and then we also have a DC, Warner Brothers and all that, where they're going with Batman character and Superman and all that. Bye bye.